Next up in 15 News, City looks for destination spaces for public art installations. Local bakery promotes healthy eating through organic dessert choices. We'll have all of this and much more in this weekly edition of 15 News. The next phase of Southfield's acquisition of art from Northland Mall is underway, as the city is looking to secure funding so that it can install the artwork at various locations around town.
We are planning the next stage of the rollout of Northland Art. As everybody knows, we saved the Northland Art collection from going to an auction and disappearing from Southfield, most likely forever. The art was secured with a $500,000 loan. We have raised the $500,000 to pay the loan back, and now we're working on raising another $100,000 so that we can place this art in the community. There are actually 14 pieces in the Northland collection. We've only placed one so far, and obviously that's the Boy and the Bear at the library.
According to Mayor Kenson Siver, acquired funding would also go towards repairing and restoring any damaged art.
Between moving, restoration, and then installing, it's going to take us a while, and we need to continue fundraising. I am very committed to having public art in Southfield. It enriches the community, it adds to a sense of place, and overall, it's just the vibrancy of art in a community. It just lends itself to that.
While art can be subjective to each person, Siver feels that embracing art can make a difference in the community and so remains committed to keeping it in Southfield's public spaces.
You may not like this piece, but art tends to evoke emotions from people. Cleaned up, I love this piece. Someone else may say, well, it's just a piece of metal, bent metal. But the crowd, you look in it and you see it's like a funhouse mirror. You see all of these different images, and you react to that.
In terms of specific locations where art will be installed, Siver said that recommendations are under consideration.
You have to figure out what it's going to take to move it and install it. And so gradually, this art will all come out and be on public display. It's going to take some time.
To stay updated regarding Southfield's art installation efforts, visit their GoFundMe page at www.gofundme.com/freethebear. Healthy eating is more than a notion, as numerous individuals are focused on improving their culinary choices. A new bakery in Southfield looks to reinforce that trend. Piece of Cake is an organic cupcake shop that is fast gaining the reputation as a culinary destination. Having recently opened up on 10 Mile Road in Southfield by sisters Danielle and Heather Teal, the shop caters to vegan and vegetarian eaters with a focus on a healthy lifestyle.
Well, Piece of Cake is an organic and vegan and gluten-free and sugar-free cake store. So we have a variety of choices when it comes to healthy and alternative eating. We also like to strive on the organitarianism, is what we are here. We are organitarians. More so the clean part of it. Clean meaning no additives and preservatives, no MSGs, no GMOs, no high fructose corn syrups.
Though they feature a wide variety of organic cupcakes, Piece of Cake also carries other types of healthy desserts, including pound cake slices, cake pops, lemon bars, brownies, pretzel cakes, organic ice cream, and mini pies. With a mantra of "have your cake, eat healthy too," ownership feels that the store name will enhance the perception of their product to the public. Piece of Cake is located at 18308 West 10 Mile Road. Their hours of operation are Tuesday through Saturday, 11 o'clock a.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. To learn more about Piece of Cake, visit their Facebook page by logging on and searching for Piece of Cake, or call area code 248-277-0009. The topic of oil drilling and mineral rights has been a controversial one in Southfield. The debate initially revolved around Jordan Development Oil Company's 2015 Michigan DEQ permit application to drill for oil at the Word of Faith Church. City residents and community groups objected to the application and pushed for MDEQ to hold a public hearing where 1,000 residents attended.
We have to follow. It requires that we prevent damage to surface water, groundwater, soils, property, other environmental values, prevent endangerment of public health, safety, and welfare.
If we leave it up to our Michigan Department of Environmental Quality,
Yes.
we could end up with another Flint. We totally understand. I think all the people of the state of Michigan and most of the people in the country know that they do not do their real due diligence.
In March, Oakland County Circuit Court Judge Michael Warren granted a restraining order filed by Southfield, temporarily halting Jordan Development Company's drilling plans. A judge recently rejected Southfield's bid to stop oil and gas drilling on land owned by a church. Judge Michael Warren of the Oakland County Circuit Court sided with Word of Faith International Christian Center and Jordan Development Company. Warren's ruling says that the state and not the city of Southfield has the authority to regulate oil and gas development, and that the city's zoning ordinance limiting drilling cannot take precedence over the statewide system of regulation. Southfield officials, while disappointed with the ruling, plan to appeal.
We were extremely disappointed to learn of Judge Michael Warren's ruling. Drilling is an industrial activity and it does not belong in a residential area. And we also believe in home rule, and our whole case was not based on whether the state has the right to issue drilling permits, but rather does the city, and we believe it does, and there is case law to support this, have the right to zone and determine what is permitted or goes into each zoning category. Certainly, we don't believe, again, that drilling belongs in a residential neighborhood. On Monday night, I went to the council and recommended that they file an appeal, and the council voted unanimously to appeal Judge Warren's ruling.
According to Mayor Siver, the ruling represents a continuation of long-standing compatibility and environmental concerns by residents. To stay updated on this breaking story, visit cityofsouthfield.com. You've probably seen them walking the streets, parks, and area green spaces. With phones or tablets held aloft, numerous computer users and gamers engage in unpredictable roaming through their Pokemon Go player. The Reality app created by Nintendo has taken the country by storm, as millions of users hunt for Pokemon while their on-screen character mirrors real-world movements on a virtual map. As they play, users search for cartoon creatures, meet other players in public parks, and gather Pokeballs at various local landmarks.
Pokemon Go is, I think, fantastic because it gets you out of the house. I know people like me kind of fear going outside. We have a little bit of agoraphobia, and it's kind of common in millennials. But then you have this thing that kind of plays up your nostalgia and taps into that. And it gets you to go out of the house, meet new people, make friends who are all doing the same thing you're doing, catching Pokemon. And I think one of the things that's missing from exercise is a narrative. And when you play Pokemon Go, you have this narrative, and it's catching Pokemon and trying to become the very best and train them in battle. And you have this energy of competitiveness.
The game has breathed life into and created awareness of previously overlooked public spaces. The Pokemon Go sensation has also had health and fitness and social interaction benefits. It has encouraged users to walk to various parks and landmarks on foot, and to have spontaneous and friendly digital encounters with users who are simultaneously playing the game.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Like, okay, everybody has a different fandom, whether it's sports or video games, and it's not fair to judge other people saying, oh, well, that's for kids, but you know, wearing a wedge of cheese on your head, now that's socially acceptable. So.
Nintendo may have a winner on its hands with the new app because it stands to connect the community together through exploration and reclamation of its public parks and neighborhood spaces that they never venture to on foot, while sharing the common goal to win the game. To learn more about the Pokemon Go application, visit PokemonGo.com. A recent installation was christened with an official ceremony. Think Beyond the Chair, an area nonprofit organization, in collaboration with the City of Southfield, unveiled a new Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA-compliant playground at Beechwoods Park. The park enables children with special needs to enjoy the same recreational opportunities experienced by all youth.
This is a gift to the city from Think Beyond the Chair, which is an organization that promotes enabling physically limited people, and Chrysler Corporation. So I want to particularly thank both of them because this facility could have gone anywhere in Metro Detroit, and they chose Southfield. So I want to thank them. And I also want to thank two of our staff members in Park Services, Maxine Halpern and Joel Chapman, who did all of the work to prepare the site here, as well as the Beechwoods manager, Patty Beery, for their work in making this happen today. It's a great thing.
It's important. I remember being 5 years old when I first got injured. I was shot when I was 5. And there was no accessible playgrounds. There was nothing that I could do, and I was kind of always, on the sideline watching everybody had fun. And I just remember that horrible feeling and wanting to change it. And as a child, I didn't have that option. So, this playground really means a lot to me now. I'm a new mother, and I was coming from this standpoint. It's just kind of like, if my child wants to go play, I want to be able to go with him as well, and that's someone else. And, we have a lot of events throughout the year. We are having an accessible camp event at the Lions Bear campground in Lapeer, and that's August 6th and 7th. And we are going to be doing accessible zip lining and accessible rock climbing. So if you're in a wheelchair and you always want to go zip lining or rock climbing, it is possible. Just come on out and join us. And our events are on our website at www.thinkbeyondthechair.org.
Oakland County voters recently got a chance to attend a special forum to meet and hear candidates for 46th District Court Judge speak on hot-button issues that affect the community. Held inside the Southfield Library meeting room, the Judicial Candidate Forum was sponsored by the Detroit Bar Association, League of Women Voters, and Detroit Free Press, and gave attendees the opportunity to submit questions for responses by the candidates. The candidates included incumbent Judge Cynthia Arvant, Dorothy Dean, Kabisha Gant, Mark Herfshus, Iman Diman, and Devlin Scarber, who will compete in the August primary for the seat. To stay updated on the 46th District Court Judge race, visit League of Women Voters website at lwv.org. Southfield has a new fire chief, and he's a face that will be familiar to city residents. Johnny Menifee, a 23-year veteran of the fire department, was recently appointed and sworn in as its new chief. Menifee not only brings over 2 decades of experience in the fire service, but also a pedigree of being active in the community, most notably with the mentor program he started for students in the Southfield School District.
The big part of me being a chief is community outreach. We've already started an official Facebook page, and we tweet and do Instagram of the things that we do and the training that we do. So look the Southfield Fire Department's up on Facebook. But our open house, we used to do a whole big event with the open house, and I'm looking to bring that back. I'm looking to do more education in the schools, teach all of our junior high and high school kids CPR there. But I'm also starting, the late Chief Rowley gave me the permission back in 2012 to start a mentoring program. So I'm actually going to go into the high schools and look for individuals that want to get into the fire service and actually teach them. I think the biggest thing right now is to give them, let them know about it. Let them know about it, educate them, and then give them the opportunity.
Menifee will be looking to continue Southfield's excellent emergency response times and high-quality service through technological upgrades and leadership training for staff members. Menifee oversees a department of nearly 90 staff members and inherits one of the busiest fire departments in Oakland County, as it responds to 36 calls daily and over 13,000 calls annually. To learn more about the Southfield Fire Department, visit cityofsouthfield.com. The issue of gun violence has dominated recent media headlines, and an area organization decided to make a positive and proactive statement about it. The Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Task Force, Inc., in collaboration with the City of Southfield, held a Candlelight Vigil in remembrance of police officers and various others who have been the victims of senseless gun violence. For more on the story, we throw it to 15 News reporter Jim Hall.
People from all over the Metro Detroit area gathered today to take a stand and demand peace during this very violent time in America. This Southfield Candlelight Vigil took place on Sunday, July 24th on the Evergreen front lawn, where those who were in attendance could join their hearts and hands together to pray for peace.
The community wanted to be able to express their feelings about all the gun violence that's going on in our country, and also, just as important, they wanted the Southfield Police to know that we honor our police and we're very proud of them. So tonight is also a tribute to our police department.
There's a lot of blame, going back and forth across the country, but what this shows is that in the city of Southfield, we're not in the blame game. It's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's about celebrating this tradition of community policing that we established over the last 2.5 decades. So I'm very, very proud, Jim, of my officers. I'm very, very proud of the members of this community. I'm thankful to the elected officials for allowing us, for giving us the tools and the resources to be able to be able to connect with our people in the city of Southfield.
Various Southfield dignitaries and religious leaders came out to speak about the senseless violence that has been spreading all over the nation and why it is so important to love, understand, and find peace amongst each other and during these troubling times.
I think that the community needs an event like this Candlelight Vigil to come together as one. I'm sure everybody in this community is feeling the hurt and pain that's been going on around the country. And so it's just an opportunity for all Southfielders to come together as one, share those experiences with one another, salute our police department that we truly adore in this community, and be together in the racial harmony that is Southfield. We don't really see racial tensions here because we work so hard purposefully to maintain a racially diverse community.
The main theme was peace, and many attendees found comfort in the remarks given by the guest speakers throughout the evening.
That there is a lot of support here. Like I said earlier, we support our first responders, basically. And this shows that the MLK Task Force, the city, and the residents appreciate their efforts.
As the sun went down, the candlelights for peace went up in hopes for a brighter future that is filled with peace and understanding. I'm Jim Hall for 15 News.
That brings us to the end of this edition of 15 News Weekly. Check us out on Facebook and YouTube by searching for Southfield Multimedia Services. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.